Hello, and thank you for joining us for our BNI San Diego podcast. Today, my special guest is Reuven Politi. Reuven, you're one of our amazing BNI members in BNI Carmel Valley. Is that correct?
Yes. Thank you, Ed. Thank
you for joining us today. I'm excited because this is going to be a first for us in our BNI podcast. Is we're actually doing a My Story. This is a BNI San Diego podcast, My Story, and we're touching on Reuven's story coming into BNI. So Reuven, let's get to it.
Oh, I have a very interesting story. So, I moved to San Diego about 5 years ago, and I was working in HVAC, air conditioning and heating for many, many years. And I decided to open my own company. And there was a lot of stuff to do. I needed to find an office and find furnitures and, of course, get the license, do the exam and everything. And I got a phone call on March 2021. I can never forget this phone call. For one of my friends in San Diego.
So you're right at the 4-year mark.
Yeah, I'm right in the 4-year mark in BNI, and I got a call from a guy. He's a friend of mine, very good friend, and he's also a contractor. I did few HVAC jobs for him in the past. And he said, you need to join BNI. Our HVAC guy just left, and you need to join right now. And I said, what? What is BNI? Listen, man, I'm so busy opening my own company, going through the exam. I don't even have the license. I don't want to join BNI. I don't have time for that. And he said, listen, if you don't come to the next BNI meeting, I will not invite you to Passover. So I say Passover with him was a tradition. I need to go to this BNI. So I decided to go.
So, and I'm sure that many of our listeners can relate. I can relate, right? We get invited by someone and it's like, oh, what are you inviting me to? I don't have time. You know, we thinking all these things through our heads. What were you thinking at that point? I mean, you're, like you said, you're brand new into the business almost.
So I was brand new, and I had some customer from the previous company that closed the office in San Diego. So I thought I will contact my previous customers and try to get some referrals from them, maybe their uncle, their daughter, their son, and I'll take care of it. I don't want to go and meet business people that doing it for many, many years and has license and has all the experience. And I'm so new in San Diego.
Was there an element of like feeling intimidated by?
Yeah, I felt weird. You know, I'm so green. I'm so new in San Diego. Yeah, I do HVAC for many years, but I never had my own business. I didn't get the license yet. I knew my exam is booked for May 2021, and the meeting was before my exam. So I said, how can I go to a business meeting without having a license and anything? He said, don't worry about it, just come. He kind of forced me to come. And I stepped into the meeting and wow, like my eyes open, like so many people talking about their business, their passion. And I already got 2 referrals on the same day. I was just a visitor.
So wait, day number 1 visitor.
Day number 1 visitor. One was on the spot. She asked me to come in the afternoon to see the job, and I already signed it the same day.
And you don't even have your license yet.
No, I don't. And I told her, listen, I have the exam on May 11. Hopefully I'll pass. And right after I pass, I already have the guys. The crew is ready, but I need to pass my exam. And she was so nice. She was a mortgage agent, and she was so nice. She said, listen, Reuven, I'm waiting for 3 months to find someone I can trust. I finally found someone. Waiting another 2 weeks is nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll wait for you. And she did. And I already got 2 businesses on the day I visit.
Wow.
So I said, wow, it's amazing. I want to be part of that.
So what did you think when you come into this room full of business professionals? It's BNI Carmel Valley is a Wednesday morning chapter.
Correct.
You come into this room filled with people. What does it feel like? Is it overwhelming? Is it intimidating? Or was it like, oh my gosh, these are my people, I love it?
It's both. It was not, I didn't have a problem with public speaking. I love public speaking. I was a trainer in my first company before I moved to San Diego from Los Angeles. I was a trainer. My job was to go all over the country and train people. So I have no problem of public speaking and training, but from the other side, I'm brand new for my own company, and some people in this room had the company for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, and I felt a little weird, but I said, you know what? That's where I need to be. I felt that that's the right place to be.
So what did I love what he said when he said, you know, come to the chapter, and what did you said?
I said, hey, if this is the only condition to come to Passover, I'll come to the chapter meeting.
And what was the other thing that he said? What did he say?
He said, don't worry about it. I don't want to tell you too much because you need to experience the first meeting in order to understand what it is. I can explain you for hours what it is, but if you don't come and feel it on yourself, for yourself, you will not know.
So don't worry about it. Just come.
Just come. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just come. And he's a good friend, you know. We know each other for many years, and he also gave me a lot of jobs. He's in construction, and I said, okay, let's try. Let's see what it is.
So I want you to take a second and look back 4 years ago. Are you glad you came?
Oh, I'm very, very glad I came. I also had a little bit of issues here because in the first meeting, they talked a lot about giver's gain and continue to talk about it. And I felt uncomfortable because it was hard for me to give referrals. I'm telling you guys, in the first 3 months, I got like 20 referrals.
Whoa.
And without giving anything. And I felt guilty because giver's gain, you need to give to get. So I referred myself. I referred myself to everyone. I referred myself to the carpet cleaning, the house cleaning. My wife said the house was never so clean for years. The insurance agent. I even refer myself to the dentist, and I went there twice, and I don't like the dentist. So I started referring myself, and I saw that the value of services is so good. Everybody is so professional. I got so excited. I tried to refer to other people, to tell people about BNI. And you know what? It took me time. It took me about 6 months. But when I started to give, I got even more. Instead of 20 referrals, I got 40 referrals. Instead of small amounts, the amounts went skyrocketing. And my company got so nice revenue in the first year. And 80% was BNI, guys.
Whoa.
So expensive to put advertisement in everywhere, in the newspaper, in the internet, in Facebook, in the TV. And here, you just come once a week for a 1.5 hour meeting. You give referrals. You get referrals. You do one-to-one, a lot of one-to-one, as many as I can.
So building the relationships is incredibly
important. Building the
important.
relationship is a must. The people need to know, you know what? I have few people in the chapter that never gave me a referral before the one-to-one, which is okay. They need to meet me.
Yeah.
They need to see that they can trust me. You're giving your word. When you give a referral to a customer, you're giving your word.
Yes.
And you're giving your word that you can trust this professional. So I understand that, but it's amazing. The one-to-one and the referrals, and my business couldn't done it without it. I'm in year number 4 now, and I love it. I really love it.
So let's go back again, going back to that beginning, because sometimes for people, they're going, what, you know, when you say, hey, you know, I want you to come with me to meet some people. And obviously, you know, people nobody wants to go to another meeting. Nobody has time for another meeting. People always want to ask, well, what am I going to? and the person that invited you said, don't worry about it, just come.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly that.
And sometimes it can be very overwhelming for people and overwhelming for the person who's inviting, because I think what they did right with you is the posture that they used was, Reuven, you just need to come.
Correct.
Sometimes when we're invited, it's overwhelming. I don't know how to invite. I know I'm supposed to invite to my chapter, and we don't know how to do it, or we don't feel comfortable, so we don't invite at all, or we invite and we dump on people by telling them too much.
Correct. So the funny thing about that is that after about a year, when I was more confident with BNI and the success, I became a BNI wingman. I know it's funny, but I used to go to pubs and clubs,
he'd go with me.
Yeah,
we'd go to a BNI event
and just approach people and come and say, "Have you heard about BNI? Have you heard about BNI?" And if they say no, I will tell them very similar to what Ronen told me on day 1, but very similar. I used to tell them, "Listen, I don't want to give you too much information. However, if you're not looking for more business, more customers, and more money, I forbid you to come. Don't come to a BNI meeting if you're not looking for these 3: customers, business, and more money. If you do look for more customers, everybody say, of course I want more customers. Okay, please come meet Ed. He will invite you to the next meeting, whatever chapter that doesn't have your specific profession. And then you will see what BNI is." I didn't give too much information, and it worked. A lot of people joined, and a lot of people happy. And a secret, I don't know if I'm allowed to do it, and if I don't, I'm sorry in advance. I paid the membership for 2 people. I paid the first year membership of 2 people. Because
so why'd you do that?
Because they didn't have the money to join. And listen, it's hard to believe in something new that you never heard about. It's even harder to believe when they ask you to pay for it. And they're not sure it's working. Listen, I paid their first membership. One of them quadruple 4 times the sales on the first year. And he paid me back the membership with interest. I didn't take the interest because I'm a good guy, but he wanted to come and pay me back his membership just because to thank me for bringing him to BNI. So I even did that. I even paid membership
Well,
for two people.
and what you're doing is you're paying it forward. You know what it's done for you and your business.
Exactly.
And because of that, you know what it can do for somebody else's business.
Correct. And that's the easiest, to not to give too much information and to tell the people that want to come to a meeting only if you're looking for more business. If you're very busy,
I love that.
And people waiting months in line for you, don't come to a BNI. There's no point of getting more customers to join the line, to join the queue. But if you are looking for more business and more money, BNI is the thing, guys.
So what were those three things?
More money, more customers, more business.
And if you're not looking for those, don't come to BNI.
No. Please don't. There's no point. You will get so many referrals. You will not handle the referrals correctly. And part of the BNI mentality that I know today is to handle the referral properly. You need to handle your referrals properly.
So let's talk about you coming into the chapter. What, you said you came into the chapter, you got referrals almost right off the bat.
Correct.
What did you do? So now let's talk 3, 6, 9 months, a year in. What were you doing? Were you just showing up to the meeting every week?
Oh, no, it's not just showing up to the meeting. Showing up to the meeting is number one, very important. I started to doing CEU. I'm actually...
So wait. So for our listeners,
yes.
So CEU means something to us because we're in BNI.
Chapter Education Unit.
Chapter Education Unit. So for in a lot of businesses, you have your continuing education, right?
Correct.
For in HVAC, I'm sure there's a ton of continuing education.
Correct. And I was a trainer, so training for me and studying is very important. When I deal with something new, even in my industry, I always need to learn it first. So I started to watch CEU. It's very easy. It's online. You just go to the app, you look for the right thing. I was exposed to the owner of the BNI, the founder, Dr. Misner, and when he talks, you want to listen because he says so much smart stuff about BNI mainly, but it's also good for any business. And I started to listen. I'm driving a lot. Part of my job is driving. And every time I drive, there's always BNI in the background. If my wife step into the car and she say, "Can you put music?" I say, "No, here's BNI. If you want to drive with me, you listen to BNI." So I was number one in CEU in the first year. I did the most CEU in the chapter. I did one-to-one, a lot of one-to-one. I started with the trade, which is the easiest. The windows guy and the electrician and the plumber. And then
so the people that you're naturally doing business with.
Correct. And then naturally, I started to explore out of my group. I started with the lawyers and with the dentist and with the other people. And you know what? My best referral partner, the person that gave me the most referrals on year number one, was a lawyer. Yes, it's not logical. It was not a plumber. It was not a construction company. It was a lawyer. So I realized that it doesn't have to be people in your group. You need to go to people everywhere. The guy that doing acupuncture, it took me 2 years to learn how to say these words, but the guy that do acupuncture, he gave me 5 referrals. What's the chances of that HVAC and acupuncture are connected together? But they are. So open yourself to the whole group, to the whole 60. In my case, it's 62 people. Open yourself to all of them. Don't stay just in your trade.
And that's a mic drop moment, right? Because it's so easy to come into a room with 62 people or 20, whatever it is, and look at the people who you naturally do business with and focus only on those. Oh, the Mary Kay person, or the acupuncturist, or the dog walker. Why would I do a one-to-one with them? They're not going to give me referrals or whatnot. What you've just done though is squash that by saying, no, you need to do it with everyone, because you never know where that referral's coming from. So you did a lot of one-to-ones. What else did you do?
I did a CEU, I did the one-to-one, the chapter education unit. And as I said, to give referral. My mission was to give referral. I changed my insurance agent to a BNI. I changed my carpet cleaner. I changed my home cleaning. I changed everything to BNI. Anytime I'm standing between 3 professionals to give them a work or job, and one of them is a BNI member, I gave it to BNI member. It's not only my chapter, by the way. I went a lot of cross chapters. I realized that there is a place on the app when you can see people from all chapters. So if my chapter didn't have the right person for something, I went to a different chapter. But I tried to keep everything in the BNI. And then the second year, towards the end of the second year, the big switch happened. I tried to actually create the referral, not wait for the referral to come to me, to create the referral.
And that's a very different place to be at.
It was very hard, but I was so happy I did it. I started to create referrals. Guys, I'm in Trader Joe's talking with the girl in the cashier. They always ask you questions, right? How was your weekend? They like to talk. I got her a restoration company for her house. Another one, I got her a dentist to do her root canal. I start talking about BNI everywhere. You don't know where it's coming. You don't know who needs someone right now. All my customers and outside customers. Everywhere I go, I started talking about BNI, and it's work. I don't know the exact number, but I think I brought a lot of new members to BNI, and I'm so happy about it.
Well, and what's good about that is the people that you're in your chapter with, the other professionals, everybody around us needs them, needs their business.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And you know what? Most of the people that I refer to need it, but some of them I created the need. Like I had people that had a toothache for years, but they didn't even know that they need a dentist. And me talking to them about my I have one of the best dentists in my BNI chapter. And when I referred them to her and they came and they actually called me back and they say, oh my God, I didn't know that you can go to the dentist without pain. There's no pain. This dentist, there's no pain. She just had a baby, so she left temporarily, but she's coming back. She was amazing, and to give a referral and to get a call back from the customer and say, thank you for your referral. It was a great experience.
Oh my gosh.
That's a success.
So building relationships is incredibly important. Doing one-to-ones, establishing, getting to know your referral partners and your referral partners getting to know you.
Correct.
Doing a lot of education. What about networking or networking with fellow referral partners in your room?
So I did two things that I know they're not common to do in BNI, but I'm different. So the first thing I did is I started to go to other chapters. I was a visitor in 7 or 8 chapters. Going to visit another chapter, giving you a lot of, you open your horizon. You see other people from other chapters. You get more ideas of referrals, and you get more ideas of how to handle BNI correctly. So I started visiting other chapters. One of my employees joined another chapter. So we are members of 2 chapters now, and I'm very happy about it. And the second thing I did, I started to go to the BNI events. Yes, it's expensive. The flight, the hotel. Guys,
so you went to
I was the International in Madrid. I was in the National in Vegas, the National in San Diego. And I'm going to unfortunately, the next one is in Sydney, Australia. So it's a little far for me, but I am going to be as many as I can because the international and the national events,
it just explodes your mind on how big.
It explodes your minds. Yes, you might not get a referral for HVAC from someone from Missouri or North Carolina, but I learned so much in these events from other people and that experience BNI, and I strongly recommend to do the national and the international events. They're mind-blowing. And the people on the stage are so professional, and they speak so professionally about BNI and about their business. I met Dr. Misner 2 times, 3 times. I had the option to ask him questions directly. And when he gives you an answer, you say, I know why this guy is the head, why is the founder, because his answer is like, straight on point, and it was a pleasure to meet
Reuven. I love your energy. You just you want to lean in. Your energy is incredible.
I just want everybody to know about BNI. That's all. And I was not paid for today. I just want everybody to go and start getting referrals and giving.
Well, I appreciate you. You have set the bar now for our BNI San Diego podcast, My Story.
Thank you.
This is the very first one, and I'm glad you were the first one to set the record on how we need to do things. So, but before we leave, as we prepare to finish our podcast today, for those individuals that are sitting on the fence, talk to that person for the next 60 seconds that might be sitting on the fence, that may have been invited 4 or 5 times before, but they've never done it. Talk to that person. What would you tell that person?
So if you look for more business, more customer, and more money, all 3 or each one of the 3, and you see that any marketing you tried in the past failed, start with BNI. Come to the meeting, no expectations. Come and learn how the referral business is working. The referral business is the future business. That's where the money is. You will be unique. You will be exposed to so many professionals that can give you business with really similar, minimum efforts, that's what you need to go. Go to a BNI meeting with no expectations, and you see that it's working.
Reuven, that was a mouthful. And again, I love your energy. I'm looking forward to having you back with us again.
Happy to come whenever
Thank you
you're
for
ready.
taking time from your schedule. I know that as an HVAC company, you are busy right now.
I am.
Especially in San Diego.
Especially thanks to BNI, you know. I just got a referral yesterday and one this morning, so I'm so happy I found BNI.
You're just glowing with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed.
For our listeners, we look forward to being back with you next week. I don't know if we're going to have the same energy that we did with Reuven, but it was, oh my gosh, it was infectious. And we're looking forward to hearing more of our amazing BNI referral partners, our members here in San Diego, and their story. And again, Reuven, thank you for joining us.
Thank you
and
very
for
much.
everyone else, we'll see you back here next week.
This episode of the BNI San Diego podcast has been brought to you by Cruise Productions, a San Diego-based video production company and proud BNI member. You can find us at the intersection where business and creativity meet, or online at cruiseproductionsinc.com.